This week, the sun within us, consciousness, life, activates the 45th I Ching. The transformational path of this frequency moves us from the shadow of dominance to the highest vibration of communion, and it's through the path of synergy. The 45th I Ching frequency has held our planet in its grips for eons, especially the shadow. It's all about dominance. Dominance of the male over the female, of the teacher over the child, of the left brain over the right brain, all kinds of dominance. It's also the dominance of the few over the many. We're all caught up in this game of dominance. It will always be the few that rise to the top. That's how it works. And this is such an obvious human dilemma because it's all about insecurity. We have fallen out of trust. At some point in our early childhood, we got the distinct impression that this isn't a safe world, and our whole being contracts and constricts, and this is a learned reflex. The shadow frequencies are all connected to the old parts of the brain, the animal, the primal. When we look at nature, we see how all animals have to compete to survive, and that's what it means to be an animal. So if we're a gazelle, we're competing with a lion. But we humans are no longer animal in that sense. We still have those unconscious memories, but we have also evolved to a completely more advanced operating system. We are only just learning that there are other ways. Perhaps we don't need to compete with each other to survive. The shadow frequency and its fear, it doesn't see any of that. It only feels unsafe. And safety is a deep feeling in our cells, in our being. And when we give into fear, we lose touch with the whole, and we start feeling deeply unsafe and insecure. We cave into the weight of the shadow, and we forget that we're supported by the whole of life. When we look at the 45th I Ching, it seems a long way from dominance to communion, as we could see this story written everywhere. No matter how hard we try, the old patterns creep back. Because of the way we set up our modern world, it has become the norm to compete with each other, and it begins the moment we step out the door, and for many of us, it's even there before we step out the door. It begins inside us. It begins whenever we allow fear in, our fear of lack or our mistrust of the whole. We have to remember that we are safe. That is what maturity means, remembering how to breathe again, remembering what it means to be human. We have to overcome our insecurity in the world that is run by the frequency of dominance.